Hi, I'm Mr. Love, your cheeky Cupid of celebrity romance. If you're tired of boring dating history channels, you're in the right place. Today, we're diving into the rom-com life of Jason Segel, where love can be as whimsical as a Broadway musical number and as bittersweet as a karaoke ballad gone wrong. From geeky crushes to headline flings, Segel's love story has had more twists than one of his screenplays. As one of Hollywood's funniest leading men, think Marshall on How I Met Your Mother and the guy who wrote Forgetting Sarah Marshall. His love life is almost as memorable as his punchlines. Let's jump into the timeline of his heart. Linda Cardellini, 2001 to 2007. Jason's very first big romance was with his Freaks and Geeks co-star, Linda Cardellini. They met as sweethearts on the show. He played Nick and she was Lindsay, and sparks flew behind the scenes. This on-set crush blossomed into a real-life relationship that lasted about 6 years. The pair even stuck together after the show ended in 2000. During this time, Segel's career took off. He soon became Marshall on How I Met Your Mother and was writing his debut feature, Forgetting Sarah Marshall. In fact, many fans joked that breakup-fueled comedy might have been inspired by his split with Linda. Segel says it was more of a mashup of breakups. They quietly parted ways around 2006, with Jason later admitting it was the hardest heartbreak he'd known at the time. In true Love Archive style, sometimes the first love makes the best story, even if it's ultimately bittersweet. Drew Barrymore, 2008. Rumors swirled at the end of 2008 that Segel and Hollywood sweetheart Drew Barrymore had become an item. The gossip started when TMZ caught video of them singing Rainbow Connection, yes, the Kermit tune, together at karaoke. It was a very You Got Mail meets P.S. I Love You moment. Jason in a leather jacket, belting a classic, Drew grinning along. The whispers said they were totally her type, but no one confirmed more than a friendly duet. At the time, Jason had just written and starred in the hit film Forgetting Sarah Marshall, and Drew was Hollywood royalty. Fans joked, did Jim Halpert show up in a barbershop quartet? Though it made headlines, neither officially stated they dated, making this love note more legend than fact. Michelle Trachtenberg, 2009. Early in 2009, Jason was spotted out and about with actress Michelle Trachtenberg, known from Buffy and Gossip Girl. They reportedly met through mutual friends in Hollywood and snuck off to places like the swanky Chateau Marmont for dinner and drinks. At the time, Jason was enjoying life on How I Met Your Mother and making movies like The 5-Year Engagement. Photos showed them laughing and playfully flirting at the table. It seemed like a sweet, casual fling, and it fizzled as quickly as it started. By late 2009, they quietly moved on. In true romantic irony, Michelle once said about dating actors that one is enough. Perhaps she meant that one smart, funny actor is all she needed. Michelle Ryan, 2009. Also in 2009, Segel was linked to British actress Michelle Ryan, known for EastEnders and Bionic Woman. Reports say they dated for a very short time in the summer, staying mostly under the radar. They were spotted together on a few dinners and outings around LA, but neither made a splashy red carpet. By July, the relationship quietly ended. At that point, Jason was still wrapped up in his HIMYM fame and was making movies like The 5-Year Engagement. Michelle Ryan has kept mum about it, but fans remember seeing them together briefly. In Love Archive terms, it was like the British summer. Pleasant, sunny at first, but it didn't last until fall. Chloë Sevigny, 2009. Fall 2009 brought a flash of headlines. Jason Segel and indie darling Chloë Sevigny were spotted making out at an Emmy Awards after-party. The paparazzi pics showed them kissing away from the crowd, champagne in hand. Chloë, fresh off Big Love fame, and Jason, several seasons into HIMYM, turned heads that night in West Hollywood. He even celebrated with cigarettes and storytelling before the two left together. The press couldn't confirm if they went home together. and after that party, they were never seen as a couple again. So this Hollywood moment was a blink-and-you-miss-it romance, part wild party story, part broken hearts rumor. Narrator aside, sometimes love is simple, like sharing a secret kiss in a corner, and sometimes it's just a one-night duet. Lindsay Lohan, 2009. In December 2009, a new rumor hit. Lindsay Lohan had been seen leaving Jason Segel's house. Paparazzi flashed their bulbs as she apparently came out of his Hollywood home on December 5th. The tabloids went wild, hinting at a Mean Girls starlet and a sitcom sweetheart hooking up. Lindsay quickly laughed it off, tweeting that it was absurd and clarifying that their meeting was just a work chat, not a date. In the public eye, it became one of those classic tabloid tangles. Just friends versus secret lovers, and she was firmly on the co-workers side. At the time, Segel was riding high on How I Met Your Mother, and Lindsay was navigating her own career ups and downs. So the takeaway? Sometimes even celebrity spies have to cover their tracks, or just borrow a cup of sugar. Michelle Williams, 2012 to 2013. February 2012 marked one of Segel's most serious relationships. Oscar-nominated actress Michelle Williams, known not the teen one, but the grown-up one from Brokeback Mountain and Blue Valentine. They were introduced by Busy Phillips, Segel's Freaks and Geeks co-star, and Michelle's best friend, and sparks flew instantly. The romance was special. Michelle had a daughter, Matilda, and Jason doted on both mom and kid during outings, from Broadway shows to zoo trips. In classic New York meets Hollywood fashion, Segel would jet to NYC to spend time, and they were often sweetly photographed as a trio. Career-wise, this was around the time Segel had brought the Muppets back to life and co-starred with Emily Blunt, while Michelle had critical acclaim for films like My Week with Marilyn. Unfortunately, the cross-country schedule and Michelle's personal hesitations led them to break up in February 2013 after about a year together. It was a mature parting. One New York tabloid quipped, "Jason lived for the city that never sleeps, but love sometimes does." Bojana Novaković, 2013 to 2014. By mid-2013, Jason was spotted with Serbian-Australian actress Bojana Novaković. They made cute couple headlines that summer, joyriding through Los Angeles, lunch dates in cozy cafes, and even an adorable Disneyland trip, she in Mickey Mouse ears and him cheering her on. Fans saw a playful, sun-kissed romance unfold in photos. Meanwhile, Segel was writing new scripts and Bojana was starring in films back in Australia. Sadly, despite the Disney magic vibes, the relationship ended less than a year later. They simply grew apart when the ride slowed down. True to Bojana's own words from 2010, "One actor in my life is enough," it seems she decided to focus on herself. In a Love Archive take, sometimes romance is like a summer blockbuster. Lots of fun and happy endings until the credits roll. Alexis Mixter, 2014 to 2021. The next chapter is the longest. Segel's artist girlfriend, Alexis Mixter. They got together around late 2013 or early 2014 and kept things super low-key. Alexis isn't a celeb, she's a painter and creative soul, so they skipped the usual Hollywood fanfare. The first time the world really saw them was at a red carpet gala in 2016, 8 years into dating, hand in hand and happy. Beyond that, they lived out of the spotlight. Segel's career boomed through shrinking and other projects, and Alexis supported quietly from the sidelines. In April 2021, Alexis posted on Instagram that they'd split, stressing it was an amicable end to a deep friendship. Jason confirmed on Colbert that the break happened just before the pandemic. After 8 years, the duo just gently drifted apart. No screaming tabloid fights here, just two grown-ups calling it. As Alexis wrote, it was love and gratitude even in goodbye. Our Love Archive spin? Theirs was like a silent duet, beautiful, profound, and drawing to a peaceful finale. Kayla Radomski, 2023 to present. The newest headline makers, Jason and Kayla Radomski. They first appeared as a couple in October 2023 enjoying Halloween Horror Nights at Universal Studios. Sorry, ghosts, these two were the real scare. A few months later, they made their public debut at the 2024 Golden Globe Awards red carpet. Segel in a sharp tux, Kayla beaming on his arm. She's a former So You Think You Can Dance contestant, and as she posted on Instagram, Jason's got her dancing through life. And she danced with Taylor Swift on stage too. By June 2025, they took the ultimate step, engagement. Kayla shared photos of Jason on one knee, captioning it with the gleeful, "Yes, forever." This will be Jason's first marriage. At age 45, after all those roles and romances, he's finally got a real-life happy ending in the works, at least for now.
As he sails through award season hand in hand with Kayla, Emmys, Golden Globes, you name it, it looks like love is indeed looking very shrinking-proof. Cue the heartfelt giggle. It's like Marshall won his own big romantic challenge. And that's a wrap on Jason Segel's love story. From teenage sweethearts to heartbreak karaoke nights, and from artistic affairs to a dancing ever after. Some hearts mend slower, others break in a beat. But in Hollywood, as in life, every ending just writes the next chapter. Thanks for hanging out with this Love Archive tale. Until next time, keep loving recklessly, or at least binging rom-coms and celebrating love like Jason taught us.